Good morning. Wonderful Sunday morning. The 13th of March, and I want to talk about Andrew Cuomo. As all Italians are currently ashamed of this son of a bitch even being Italian. So basically, all the stuff about him putting COVID patients in nursing homes was real. We'll have a look at this here. The reasoning why he did that, which is pretty obvious actually. It's the lowest form of scumbaggery imaginable, but this is from the New York Times. What we know about Cuomo's nursing home scandal. Of course, we know Governor Andrew Cuomo's administration has been accused of deliberately obscuring the full scope of nursing home deaths in New York, and the FBI is investigating. This was published last year, actually. But the thing is nothing's going to happen to Andrew Cuomo. Nothing at all. For any of the things that he's facing, they're just dropping everything against him because that's how corrupt Democrats are in this country, especially in New York. You know, the most liberal states in the union are also the most corrupt. Governor Cuomo, once widely celebrated for leading New York out of the coronavirus pandemic's darkest days, is now embroiled in crisis over how many of the state's nursing home residents died because of the virus in an apparent effort to hide the true toll. Beginning last spring, Cuomo was criticized over a state requirement that forced nursing homes to take back residents who had been hospitalized with COVID-19 once they recovered. Critics said the policy had increased the number of virus-related deaths among nursing home residents. It is actually more than that. He was taking people from hospitals with coronavirus and sticking them in the hospital or in the nursing homes. At the time, Mr. Cuomo and his aides dismissed the outcry as politically motivated, which it was, as you'll see. And in July, the state health department released a report that found the policy was not responsible for an increase because the state health department is corrupt as shit. They've been lying to you. All your state health departments have been lying to you about the situation the entire time, unless the science just changes every 45 minutes. It's one of those two things. The report did, however, raise questions in some quarters about how the state was reporting deaths. In January, New York, this is of last year, by the way, January 2021, New York's Attorney General said the administration had encountered nursing home deaths by several, undercounted, I'm sorry. I can't read this morning. The administration had undercounted nursing home deaths by several thousand. Mr. Cuomo later acknowledged as much, blaming the lower figure on fears that the Trump administration would use the data as a political weapon. So it was politically motivated to cover up what they had done. So they killed your grandma and your grandpas, and then said if you don't do what we say, then you're a grandma killer, and then they covered up how many grandmas and grandpas they killed. Now, this was not the only scandal. As you may know, he was also accused of sexual assault by a bunch of women. Of course, there's no charges involved in that, even though one of them was a state trooper he sexually assaulted in an elevator that was witnessed by a male state trooper who did nothing about it. And nothing is going to be done to Andrew Cuomo because we have a two-tier justice system in the United States where if you are a liberal bitch, you get away with whatever you want. And if you're a conservative, you can go to federal prison for taking a tour of the Capitol building. Yeah, so, and then, more than that, okay, this is Sammy the Bullgravano. He was the underboss of John Gotti. He's admitted to 19 murders. He wound up rolling on Gotti, which he had his reasons, I'm sure. Just the same as Henry Hill. Feared for his life, I guarantee you. Um, and he did his time, and a lot less than probably he should have for killing 19 people. But he spoke out against Cuomo, and he said this.
He put people who have the coronavirus in old age homes. 13 or 15,000 senior citizens died. This is more than the mafia killed in an entire time they were in this country. It really bothers me that he's Italian. Everybody in New York, all my fellow New Yorkers, all the Italian people, look at this guy with total disdain, disgust. Get rid of him.
Okay, for saying that, of course, Twitter and Facebook and all the other idiot big tech took down all of his social media accounts. But he wasn't lying. That is more people than the mafia killed the entire time that they were in this country. And the truth is that the current left as it stands in the United States is worse than the mafia. By far. The angry mob of the left is far more dangerous than the mafia ever was. Far more dangerous than Sammy the Bullgravano ever was. That's how bad it's gotten. Oh, and Cuomo is, of course, still just going to walk on all charges, right? That's where we're at. And nothing is done about it. And they continue to do whatever they want. So, I agree with Sammy the Bull that I am also disgusted that he's even Italian. I agree completely. So, we're kicking Andrew Cuomo out of the Italian race as the official spokesman for the Italians. He's done. We don't want him. Get rid of him. And, okay, I see a comment here. All government is corrupt. I agree completely. Doesn't matter which side of the coin you're on. I've always said the only difference between government and the mob is one claims it's legal and they both enforce with guns. I agree with you completely. I do. It's just the fact that, I'm not going to pretend that both sides are the same. Now, I am anti-government completely. Oh, okay. Here, let me try and adjust that, Vivian. I don't know if I can. Here. Why is my audio low? Is that a little better? I'm anti-government all around. I am an anarcho-capitalist. But I'm not going to pretend that both sides are equal when one side continuously accuses the other of what the things they are doing, and one side gets away with everything that they do, and they can blatantly break the law publicly and get away with it. I'm not saying both sides are equal here. I am anti-government all around, though. Free market economist, and I do agree with your sentiment. I really do on that comment. But it is disgusting just how bad New York is as a whole and how corrupt it is. And the same in California. I was having a discussion with someone the other day who just kept throwing up red states this, red states that, red states are poor, red states are this. And I was like, well, why do blue states have the most homeless people in them? The highest homeless rates? If you guys are so rich. But the thing is, I don't think either side really cares about poor people or anything. It's just one side really pretends like they do. But yeah, I just a little aggravated that Cuomo's going to walk on all of this, and his stupid little brother Fredo, the one, and that they went and took down all of Sammy the Bull's social media accounts for speaking out against Cuomo. So, hello, Cat. Yeah, it's a sad thing with the Ottawa dispersing and all that. Um, it really is. The way that they went about that in Canada, shutting down everyone's bank accounts and um, crushing the protests to just illegal seizures of funds and stuff, just doing whatever they want. Because all these guys are in bed together. Big oil, big pharma, big agra, government, the World Economic Federation Foundation, bankers. They're all in bed together, and their enemy is us, the normal people. Um, that's the way it is. They're all working together to try and screw us over and control us and rob us, and that's what they're doing. If a lot of people don't see it, and they won't see it, and they'll refuse to see it, and they'll never see it, and there's not a lot we can do about that. But we can speak in our little hush circles and talk about it, I guess. We can resist as much as we can, as much as we can muster, as we get railroaded. I mean, bread's going insane right now, right? I went and bought a loaf of Wonder Bread. I remember, I think, not long ago, my wife does all the shopping, but not too long ago, I went and got a loaf. It was like $1.10 or something like that. Now it's $3, which it's all right for me. I'll survive. But what about the people that are struggling to eat or feed their kids? What about those people? What are they going to do? A lot of the car groups I'm in right now, people are complaining about the gas prices. Like a lot of my Facebook car groups, some kind of a gearhead, and then you got all the Democrats in there going, "Oh, we're crying about gas prices. You're just a poor," and that just really shows you what the left really feels about the poor in this country. That they have, really built their entire power structure off of the poor, and just to turn around and shit on them. So, and the issue with the economy right now is that we don't have a free economy. It's being strangled by the government, and they are printing money like crazy, and inflation is going insane, and they want to blame it all on Russia because that's what good leaders do, is they blame everything on someone else. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make it official. Andrew Cuomo is no longer a part of the Italian race. And that's going to pretty much wrap up my stream for the day. Plant some gardens, guys. You're going to need them. Take care. Thanks for coming and watching.